December the 1st, daylight has come. There is no enemy near us. We now look for dead and wounded, which are many. Oh, how bad I feel to look at my comrades, torn to pieces by those missiles of death. We bury our dead today. It is a horrible thought to think of the many friends we leave in the battlefield. The enemy's loss was very heavy. We killed a great many. The ground was covered with blue coats. We have got our men all buried. We now take a little rest, as we have not taken any in 2 days and nights.
I brought a bass drum that was carried in 3 battles here in Tennessee: Shiloh, Chickamauga, and Stones River. I was going to make it just into a table, and then I found out it had been carried in the Civil War, so we did have a table made for it with a glass top on it, and I've had it for 45 years.
This is actually a poster, and a lot of the African American had these posters in their home and in the churches after the Civil War. The reason they had this, they wanted to show that Abraham Lincoln was a friend of the African American.
They were doing some construction at a school, elementary school. Started digging some coins and Civil War relics. To my surprise, it turned out that it was a smallpox hospital for the Union Army in 1863. Little did I know, I was, right in the middle of the burn pile where they burned their uniforms as they came into the hospital. Dug a nice collection, about 200 buttons.
And I found the 1861 Colt Navy revolver 20 years ago in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It was one of 100 shipped to J.C. Grubb in Philadelphia in November of 1861. And I believe it may have been carried by a member of the 15th Pennsylvania Cavalry during the Stones River campaign and the Battle of Stones River. The cannonball was found 4 years later, 30 feet from the revolver, and it's just a common 12-pound spherical case shot.
After our family doctor died, his nephew inherited the medical kit. For some reason, he decided that he had no interest in it and swapped it to me for a lawnmower. The tourniquet's still stained with blood, showing it was well used, and all kinds of equipment, including a trephine to relieve pressure on the brain.
What it is George Bernard. He was assigned to take all the pictures for the Department of Mississippi, which was under General Sherman. So he accompanied the Army. Like all the famous panoramic shots, most of them of Nashville and the Battle of Atlanta, were taken by George Bernard. After the battle, this was turned into a Civil War hospital, but this was the original campus of the Western Military Institute.
Relic rescuer. We like to rescue things from the ground. One weekend I found this little baby U.S. buckle and some other parts out of this case, and then came back the next day, Sunday, after church, and found the officer's sword blade. So I never thought I'd find any buckles because everybody says all the good stuff's gone, but there it is. That's just last September, so.
They were kind of impressed that I had a weapon that was of this quality, but they were really shocked to the fact to know that I was taking it to living history and to reenactment events and actually use it. They were like, this belongs in a museum, and I said, I understand that, but what better museum can be than actually one out there with the public and showing them and educating the young people and the adults about what the Civil War means to me and what it should mean to everybody else out there.